Hi, good evening everyone.
Evening.
I'm Cham Sekhon, I'm the director for iDream Developments.com. We're your local master building contractors based in West London. We do all sorts of builds. We started in 2013 with 3 guys, basically me, my uncle, and we had a skilled guy with us. From that, fast forward to 2019, and now we've grown to 44 guys, split over 11 teams with 9 project managers and 2 project directors. One of our project directors here, Sunny Sidhu, he's our right-hand man, so he looks after mainly the 11 teams to make sure all the projects are going according to plan, on schedule, on budget. So how are we different from other building contractors, apart from the fact that we have project management? Is our unique selling point is we're interior designers background. So my background's interior design. I set up the building company on the back of that because my clients were finding it hard to find builders to put into practice what we were designing for them. So what do we do? Everything. From loft conversions, minimum contract value is 40,000. We go single story, double story extensions, HMO, house and office conversions into apartments, new build houses, apartments, and interior design and lighting design. So those are the core projects that we undertake. We don't do commercial, as in like offices and so on. We don't do warehouses. We just stick to residential, which is what we're good at, which is what we're best at, and we know it inside out. So we do partner with best in breed partners. So we have a basement partner, we have AV solutions partners, and kitchens and bathrooms as well. So we offer the whole turnkey project. So when clients come to us, they want to come to us because they have no time. They have the money, they have the visions, but they don't have the time to manage their own project. So unlike other builders, we take on the full responsibility of everything. So all they have to do literally is just go shopping, pick the nice stuff, and we'll liaise with the suppliers about delivery, about ticking it off, what's been delivered, what hasn't been delivered, etc., etc. So that enables us to offer the full turnkey solution from start to end. This is just an example of what we do. This is our average size project nowadays. It's about 100k. It's a double story side, single story rear, loft, full interior design refurbishment in Isleworth. That's what it looked like at the end. So there's a 6-month project. Clients most of the time move out of the project. They can't really live there. Once or twice they have, but most of the time they don't. This is a West Drayton project. Full interior design, double story back, double story side. We do an interior lighting design as well. So we offer a lot of unique products that our competitors can't offer. Again, we have specialists do the specialist stuff, we do what we're good at. So we have the best brickies that money can buy, we have the best roofers money can buy, but if you imagine that the amount of work we give them, they give us good rates. Because they give us good rates, we're competitive in the market, hence why the machine just keeps turning and turning and turning. So 3 ways in which we think we could work and what would be beneficial to you guys to work with us. One is if you want a standard builder to do your loft conversion, to do your double story extension, this is for your home, we'd be happy to quote you just as a standalone builder, nothing else, but we'll project manage the whole thing for you and we promise you they'll be stress free. Okay? The other one is to be your main building contractors for your commercial projects. So if you have an office to resi conversion, if you have a house that needs to be converted into flats or building 2 new houses or whatever it is, we've got the experience. Currently we're working on 9 new flats in Greenford, value GDV of about 3.8 million, build price of about 1.4. We've just finished 6 flats in Acton, we just finished 2 houses in Langley. So we do everything from the high end all the way to your £50,000 standard loft conversion. I'll be honest though, we don't travel more than about half an hour to 35 minutes from where we are now. That's because, one, none of our teams like travelling, I don't like travelling, nobody likes travelling, right? So we have enough work locally to keep us busy, hence our brand has grown, our reputation has grown, and we have enough work coming in that we don't really need to go out that far, unless of course it's for one of our VIP members and they buy a new house in Oxford or something, then we can have a chat. So these are the new Greenford apartments. We had a VIP open day, so the VIP group that Manny was talking about, most of them managed to make it down. We had an open day there, we looked around the flats. We have out of those 9 flats, 3 of them are in the basement. So you can imagine the challenge we had with that. But like I said, we partner with the best in breed, so we have a very good basement company called Basement Masters from the city who do all our basements for us, and this is the 3rd basement project they've done for us. So we seamlessly link with them to make sure the project is hassle-free for everybody involved. I'm sure the VIP members, hands up who was there? So quite a few of you, right? Did you find value in it?
Yeah.
Is it all good?
Yeah.
So that's probably our biggest project today we're doing at the moment. And that was 9 flats split over 3 floors, and it was a little old bungalow. We knocked it down, we got the planning for it, and that was a JV partner that we did it with. So we did everything, all they did was put the money in. So that's what I'm talking about when we're JVing with people, is they bring in the money, we bring in our expertise, we bring in our contacts, we bring in our architects and our links with the councils, and we get the permission. So literally you don't need to do nothing, but you can learn all about property development throughout the cycle. So they're 2 brothers who are our JV partners. They're FD level brothers, accountants, but they want to do property. They had the money but not the time, so we leveraged each other's skill set, and it's coming to a successful conclusion now. So it's all going well. Okay, so that's enough about me and us. So these are the 5 questions we think that you should be asking your potential building contractor so you don't get stuck. Can I just ask a hands up for somebody who has been burned in the past? Has anybody been burned in the past? Badly? A lot of money? Yeah. Okay. Monetary and stress, yeah? Okay. Well, that's a lot. Pocket changes, it's still a lot, right? So some of these I'm not telling you or showing you how to suck eggs, but these are important questions that you should be asking your building contractor. And this may seem logical, but trust me, a lot of the time we interview for new teams all the time. And a lot of the time, they're not even who they say they are, right? So when you try to social media them and you try to look on the internet, you can't find them, right? So who do you even know who you're talking to? So you need to do your due diligence about not only is that person, who does he represent, but is he actually who he is? But if he isn't who he is, then your money's pretty much gone. After a few days, it's done. Have you ever completed similar projects to mine before, and how many guys do you have in your team? This is important. We feel no point offering 6 flats to somebody who's only got 3 guys, right? It makes logical sense, yeah? But if you'll be amazed at the amount of guys that will take it on, hoodwink it all through, and then sit there and think, okay, I've got myself a project, how do I do it? That's not what you want. You want to be able to them to show you that they've done similar sized projects, are dealing with that kind of money. If they start asking you questions like, can I have it all in cash, then obviously you've got to start thinking, right? But there's so many avenues that could go wrong if you don't ask them questions like this. And you know, if they only have 3, 4, 5, 6 guys in their team, it's nowhere near enough to do projects over 150, 200k. You know, so you've got to start thinking yourself, is this the right guy I'm talking to? Are they even registered? Do they have insurance? Yeah, so many, and obviously you guys are all here to do property development, so you're going to be onto the bigger projects. So you shouldn't really be talking to lone individual kind of builders. They should all be company certified, account certified, you know, insurance is in place, previous projects that they can show you. Their social media should be fairly up to date. I know builders ain't the best people to keep their social media up to date, but it needs to be a certain level to give you the confidence that you have in these guys. What are your payment terms, and do you have a penalty clause if you go over the time quoted? That penalty clause thing, most builders will not talk to you about it. They won't even put it in there unless you mention it yourself. We have it in standard in all our contracts because we don't like to go over, we don't like to give money back. But every now and then, you know, it does happen for unforeseen circumstances. But if they don't have that clause in there, then it's a never-ending contract. So where do you stop? I mean, you know, what is defined of 9 months? If there's no penalty to them, they can take 12 months. You know, you need to penalise them and not track them down, but put a pen to paper to say, if you go over, it's no fault of ours, what are you going to give back to me? Okay, do you understand? Yeah, so that's really, really important. Payment terms, again, you know, if they start ringing about cash and, you know, can you do this transfer to this account or that, you've got to start worrying. You've got to start thinking to yourself, you know, there's many heavy penalties for money laundering, as you all probably know, right? But if you transfer to somebody else's account, it's you that gets done, not them. Okay, so you've got to make sure that it is going to the person or the company that you've employed. And you've done due diligence to make sure that is the case. Can I go similar project? Can I go see similar projects completed, projects, see similar completed projects to mine and speak to the owners? Okay, this is self-explanatory, right? Any cowboy is not going to have satisfied customers. He's not going to have any projects that he can show you. So those kind of should avoid straight away. And the ones that are going to go and show you places, you need to make sure that one, they're obviously similar size to yours in terms of monetary value and in terms of the experience that that guy's going to have. Cowboys will not have any satisfied clients or completed projects. So they're not, if they kind of like try to blag you or they're busy or this client, you know, even if it's a 150 grand home project and you say, can I go and see some of your clients? You know, they'll say, oh, they're busy or they're working or they've sold the house. It don't wash. Yeah, if he's got enough projects, he's experienced enough, there'll be some projects that he should be able to show you. We have a list, a line of projects that you can go and see, everything from a 50 grand loft to the £3 million flats. So, you know, there should be no reason why they shouldn't be able to show you those. And the last one, which isn't really a question, is your gut instinct. Okay? We all know sometimes we think with our head, but we should be thinking with our heart, and sometimes you do it the other way around. You should know yourself by talking to him on 2 or 3 meetings and liaising with him or her, is this a person that I could get on with? Can I trust them? Do they seem trustworthy? Have they said the right things? And I know builders are notorious for doing this and winning your confidence. That's what they do. But you should be able to read between the lines and think from your due diligence on the net, on social media, talking to previous clients potentially. I would never say follow them around, yeah, that'd be wrong, yeah. But you need to be able to do everything within your power so that you don't get done and you don't give your money to somebody who's unscrupulous. Because there's more bad people than there are good people in our industry. And the industry does have a bad name, but you need to be paired up with one of the good guys. You know, and that's down to you, not to them, because they'll do everything to take money. You know, it's down to you guys to try to protect yourself. And by doing not just these 5 questions, there's many more questions I could go on with. But these are the 5 main ones. Can you see yourself getting on with him? Does he have the right setup for my project? You know, does he have the insurances? Most builders don't even have insurance. You know, the teams that we take on sometimes, you know, we interview them and we start them on small projects, see how they are. Can they liaise with clients? Are they customer focused? You know, is their communication skills up to speed? You know, all these things they don't have. If they don't have them, then there's no point being happy with the work they do, because at the end of the day, it's going to run over. They're not going to update you. You know, I know most clients don't mind if somebody's going to run over, as long as you know about it, right? But if you don't know about it, then it's the communication that kills it. And these guys aren't the best to have communication. So we go through a lot of people who want to work with us, but we're very fussy with the kind of managers that we have. So, you know, some of you might be thinking, oh, you've only got 11 teams in 7 years. That's because we don't take on any kind of chaff. You know, we only take on the guys that are going to do good by our clients, which is hopefully going to be you guys. Okay, any questions? That's all I have. Yeah? Who's up next?
No, we've got time for questions.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, any questions?
Come on, don't be shy. We've all had issues with builders in the past.
Oh, that's great. No questions, that's great.
But look, Sham's going to be on the mastermind table, so if you don't feel you've got a question in your head right now, hopefully something will come to you and you can ask him that in the mastermind time. Is that fair, guys? Oh, question, Sandra, go on.
Go for it.
Cham, tell us how do you deal with building regulations, and how would you say a builder should deal with building regulations?
Okay, so in building regulations obviously are the people that come and make sure that you're doing the project, building it in the way it should be built. They're separate from the planning department. Planning department only care about what you're building. Building control care about how you're building it. So they're the main guys. Once you've got the permission, they're out of the picture. It's the building control guys that make sure that we've done our job to the spec that's allowed. So we don't use the council. We don't use council inspectors at all. Mainly because they're unorganized. You get a different inspector every time, with a different opinion every time. So he'll even challenge his colleagues' opinion last time, so you just go in circles. So we partner with a company from central London called LB Building Control. They're a professional surveying firm, and they have the license to issue building control certificates as well. So because of the amount of work we give them, we have a sole dedicated guy who does all our building control visits for all our projects. He actually lives in Windsor as well, so he lives local to our projects. So if we need him out on a Saturday, if we need him out on an evening, he's on speed dial for us. And that doesn't mean he'll pass something that's not up to standard, right? Just because of the amount of work we give him. He's still very stickler for what needs to be done, but he's a bit more adaptable in the timings that they do when they come out, unlike the council, which are very black and white. And if you want to make minor changes, with the council, you have to put in an amendment, you have to wait for the paperwork. With these guys, they say it's fine, just do the minor amendment and we'll deal with it later. So your project doesn't stop, it carries on and on. Is that answer your question,
Absolutely,
Sandra?
absolutely, because it's important, this relationship with the...
No, absolutely.
Because a lot of the time they expect you to come up with all the answers, and sometimes what you want is a conversation as to how you comply with the regulations, and many ways that you can comply. So if you can find an economical way of compliance, why go for an expensive and complicated way? So and that relationship is what you
No, it's important. I mean, he's the main guy that will stop your project from moving forward.
Absolutely.
If he doesn't pass something off, you've got to redo it all and wait for the next time he's available. So it's very, very important that your builder gets on with your building control guy. And when it's with the council, normally they don't. No, it's hard. Hannah.
How do you make sure that as a developer that I only pay the minimum tax for the purchase of stuff that I need to build?
Okay, so is this a design and build contract, or is it just a JCT subcontract, or it just depends on how the setup is?
Either or.
Okay, so if it's design and build contract, it's all down to us. Yeah, it's got nothing to do with yourself, apart from picking the right stuff, what you actually like. We have an allocation for each item. So we'll say something like each bathroom is £2,500. So we'll spend up to £2,500 on anything that you like. Okay, we'll source it, we'll arrange for delivery. You just need to do the nice things and just go and pick it. Okay, if it's just a normal standard JCT contract, then it's down to yourself. So our bathrooms, kitchens and flooring are the three biggest costs you'll have outside of your contract with us. Okay, and if it's a JCT contract, a standard, you're employing me as your builder, then that's down to you to pick up your kitchen, your bathrooms and your flooring. Everything else is included with us. I don't know about other builders, but for us, everything else is included. Your windows, your doors, your architrave, skirting, painting, spotlights, everything is all in, all finished. But those three items are your own.
And what about the VAT impact? Because it's potentially going to be a new build.
Well, if it's a new build, then we wouldn't be charging you any VAT anyway, right? So you get VAT-free quotation, and we claim the VAT back from the VAT man for any purchases that you make. Same with the normal building, same with normal building materials.
Round of applause for Cham again, guys.
Thank you.